Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. Today, we are speaking to a man named Rob from New York. Rob met a woman named Sarah on Facebook dating.
Rob got robbed. It's so funny. The age gap, I'm interested to know already.
Two hit it off and began a relationship through texting and phone calls.
As you do.
Rob came to us after sending Sarah close to $20,000 for food and traveling expenses so they could meet.
First of all, there is a massive spider behind you, lady. Ma'am, are you in Australia? When you look at these two images, do you think he is punching considerably above his weight? I'm just saying, normally men do punch above their weight, but when you're looking here, I don't think this is realistic, but hey, delusion is a wonderful thing. Now, going off the title alone of this video, right, where man leaves family for Facebook lover or something like that, I anticipate I'm going to be heated. So maybe it was the wrong time to be wearing the hoodie.
It's so hot, my hair is crying.
He fell for Sarah so hard, he planned to leave the mother of his child so he could begin his relationship once he met Sarah in person.
There you go. Well, thanks for that. I really needed the emphasis driven into my skull about the type of individual that we're going to be looking at today. I find it fascinating, the individuals in relationships who are waiting for something better. Quote unquote better, might I add, because a lot of these people think that conventionally more attractive in society's eyes people are better for them. It just doesn't work like that, but you know, whatever floats your boat, you're clearly thinking with the wrong body parts. But to be honest, the partner in question here, honestly, you'd be better off having this guy run away from your life. I'm just pointing that out from this moment because I just don't think he loves you. As soon as someone else tips the hat to him, like a dog just runs off. Honestly, you're better off without. So I can't wait to lose my head. I feel like maybe it's been a while and, you know, I'm excited for it. We'll say loosely excited anyway.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Where is he?
Real quick, guys. Don't forget to like,
Go
comment,
subscribe
and
for more.
Your comment and like could help stop someone from
Go
being
do that, but
scammed.
you already are.
Let's get into it.
Hi, my name's Rob. I've been living in my house for probably 22 years now.
Okay.
So I'm an avid tractor puller.
Don't know
I
what that
love
is.
working on tractors. That's my hobby.
Okay.
I'm a maintenance mechanic, worked in Buffalo. I met this girl on Facebook. Her name
Hold
is
on a second, right? You're doing a lot of farming, I assume? You tried to farm yourself a new girlfriend. That's what you did, except that doesn't really make sense. What does that say in the back? Make new friends, but keep the old. He might have seen that sign on this day and maybe took it a bit too literally and applied it elsewhere in his life. Make new girlfriends, but keep your old girlfriend as well. That's not how you live life, mate.
I met this girl on Facebook. Her name is Sarah.
Get a grip.
Beautiful girl. She's got long red hair. She says she's 36 years old.
Right?
A lot of tattoos.
Age gap?
And I know she loves money. The first couple of pictures I got from her.
Shut up. Do you honestly feel good about yourself sitting in another hostage-looking location, by the way? Why do all the dodgy individuals either sit in their car or sit in some kind of basement or hostage location? Is there a reason? There's got to be some sort of correlation. Maybe you don't want others to hear about your phone calls and whatnot. It's interesting. But you feel good sitting there saying, I can tell you she loves money. You've not even met her. And money is already a focal point. You feel good? This is the relationship you want, is it? Get a grip of yourself. You only want her because of her looks. You can't convince me otherwise. Get a grip.
I really fell in love with the pictures. Conversations that we had were like, she wanted me to say I loved her, and I really didn't start doing that till, say, like a month or two afterwards.
What a conversation.
But she kept saying she loved me.
By the way, so I don't know what you're trying to do there. Are you trying to pass off the blame as if you've been peer pressured into saying I love you? Get a grip of yourself. I must stress the heartbreak I feel right now that his partner probably doesn't know at this point, right? And you're saying I love you to another. Just leave. You sack of donkey shit. Just leave. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with any individual who says that they are in a relationship but are proclaiming their love for somebody? Why don't you leave? And I know there's going to be some kind of factor, right? Oh, I got to stay with her. XYZ, she looks after me. Who's going to take care of me? Or some BS like that, right? I'm presuming. I get it. There's factors. Maybe there's a child involved. But get a grip of yourself. Surely it's better for all parties to not live in a lie. But obviously I know it's not always that easy. You can't sometimes leave, for example, an abusive relationship because of children and financial aspects. But is that what is happening here? I don't think so as of yet.
I said that I would like to meet you. I would like to see you. I would like that relationship. I'd like to live with the girl. I would like to start a life with her. I would like to have kids with her.
Nice.
Just live with her.
By the way, look at him here, right? And look at the picture that is being used for the profile. Maybe that was taken a few years ago, but I'll say that much. Catfish
Sarah,
yourself,
that
mate.
I know of, does not have no kids. She loves butterflies. She's got tattoos all over her body with butterflies.
Relevance?
She loves that. There was times to where we did talk about sex a lot.
Nice.
She wanted it, I wanted it, but there was always an excuse why she couldn't see me to do it. Like right now, she says she's in the UK, and I don't believe that.
Where?
'Cause she won't give me the address or anything. I've had a couple of calls from her, but she seems to cut them short, and she just wants to text all the time.
So-
I'm not a big texting fan. I'd rather talk on the phone.
In your head, your pea-sized brain at this moment, you genuinely think that this is a normal person? This is a normal relationship? Yeah, I'm gonna be hella secretive about where I am and whatnot, but send me 20 grand though. Surely you've got better things to be spending the money on, but
I am so confused.
I wouldn't expect critical thinking from someone who is happy to essentially defecate all over his existing partner. So, am I expecting respect here, really? Like,
She gained my trust a lot. And
How?
the thing I regret doing is sending all my information. Social security number,
That's
my
what you
driver's
regret.
license, just a bunch of stuff that I never should have sent, but I sent. Because she had my trust.
shut up, man.
The first time I started sending money to Sarah, it was her birthday. She wanted something for her birthday. So I says to her, I says, well, I can send you $75 to, get you a gift or whatever. And then she just wanted money. And then she wanted it in gift cards. And I was like I don't know how to do this. I was a little leery on it. And she just, send me 100.
Bloody
I
hell.
says, no, I'll send you 75. She always pushed for more money. She's been there for 6 to 8 months now, I guess, in the United Kingdom. When she left to go to the United Kingdom, she never told me that I had to support her when she was there. She told me this after she arrived there. And I was like, what is this? I said, I can't do this. I was looking for other avenues of money. a couple of credit cards I had, one new credit card I started. So I just kept sending her money. And I think that the money total now is like over $16,000.
Good on
Every
you.
time Rob would send money to Sarah, it'd be through gift cards. He had gift cards all over his garage, along with the receipts. We estimated Rob had sent Sarah around 200 gift cards over the course of them talking online.
She
Good.
wanted me to pay for her hotel room constantly. It was like $2,000
Why is she there?
every couple weeks or something like that.
Why is she there? What's she doing, right? Like, obviously, I don't care about this guy, but in a more generalized sense, please be wary of people who do tell you that they are somewhere for some reason, but they need you to fund whatever it is that they are doing. Like, I didn't tell you to go there. You are not telling me the reason that you're there. Why am I going to support you for things you are keeping secret? You know what I mean? So please, just be wary of your own money. Please understand the bloody value of it, please. Especially in today's economy. Gosh, I'm looking around this place he's got here, yeah. I don't understand what's going on. It's seemingly a mess, you could argue. You could argue he's made his life a mess. But you could further argue it was going to become messy at some point because he was always probably on the edge of being a shithead anyway. Just speak.
And I got to the point to where I was running out of money. And
My heart breaks for you.
I had to do something. She said she had to have $2,800 for her lawyer because she was supposed to get her inheritance because her father passed away and left her a bunch of stuff.
Mr. Williams D. Brumel. Interesting name. Williams D. Brumel, a resident of 120 Huckleberry Way, Olive Hill. Huckleberry Way. I was gonna say that. I think Huckleberry is dry feces hanging off your hairs. But I honestly think that's dingleberries and not huckleberry. So forget what I just said, okay? What an interesting address you've got there. It's screaming, stereotypical British. I live in Good sir, I live in 120 Huckleberry Avenue. Get a grip, William. Rest in peace,
Rob
yeah?
was running low on money at this point. He had already sent tens of thousands of dollars to Sarah. The inheritance was supposed to be for him to pay all his bills off, and Sarah would finally be on her way to New York. Rob felt
Why?
that this was the only way, and he needed to make sure
that
Sarah
where he
received
lives?
her dad's inheritance. He was willing to do whatever it took.
Yeah.
I took it out of my 401k and I
Wow.
gave it to her through gift cards, all of it.
Obviously, I don't care about this guy. But in a more generalized sense, once again, please use your retirement fund, your 401k, your savings on yourself and family. And family could even be a stretch. It depends on your family, all right? You are going to be the judge of who in your family deserves to be supported, of course. Everyone's family is different. But if you are with someone who claims to be your partner, in quotations in this instance, of course, and they are happy for you to dip into your 401k, that's financial abuse. Okay, I just need to point that out. Please seek professional support. That isn't something you should be doing. Look after yourself, please. You've worked hard for that money. Don't just spunk it all away.
After so many days, it was $2,800 to get it started. The lawyer talked to me, told me this is what you get started and you got to finish it right to the end. And he kept saying, keep it quiet. Don't let anybody hear anything. Don't tell anybody anything.
Why?
Sarah would always know what to say. At the right time, the right place. Anytime I texted, she was right there. I liked that quality in her.
What?
And sooner or later after that, the quality started falling back.
Shut your mouth. The quality in question here is of fecal matter. And I've made too many of such jokes in this video, but when you're dealing with a shitbag, you got nothing to work with but manure, alright? So, manure? Why'd I say it like that? Manure? I don't have a Scooby.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The quality in question isn't really anything above and beyond, and I'm not saying every person that you are trying to spark up a relationship with needs to go like above and beyond and do something crazy. It is sometimes the simple things in someone that potentially you haven't experienced before in a previous relationship that makes you fall head over heels. But I must stress that sometimes simple things can mask over abusive behavior. Just because maybe you haven't experienced them previously, as I mentioned, it doesn't mean that this person is right for you. Because little things that they are doing to sort of cover over the cracks, we've seen many stories or heard many stories of people in abusive relationships who do struggle to see that it's abusive because at certain points, at certain times, that partner of theirs does say the right things. And I hope everyone can find it within themselves to recognize that sweet nothings, maybe they're just that. They are nothing. They are a little bit sugary. They got some sweetness to it, but ultimately, it is a bunch of hoo-ha. Do you know what I mean? So, please, if you are in such a position, take a step back, and I hope you can recognize that what they are doing is just buttering you up, and 99% of the time what they're doing is detrimental to your mental health and to the relationship as a whole. And that's where you should tell other people. Obviously, the lawyer here is saying don't tell anyone. That's the scammer trying to isolate Rob from the people around him. But you could argue he's isolated himself. But that's another story for you to decide. But in a more generalized sense again, tell people around you what you're doing, speaking to XYZ person online. They'll probably be able to tell you that, hey, this is wrong, and if need be, you'll be able to work with a professional. And in a more realistic circumstance, more real life, not a scam, do speak to other people around you as well, because abusive partners in real life also like to isolate you from friends and family. So I hope you are able and in a position to do that. And if you are in a position also to seek professional support, I urge you to do that. Hopefully all of that made sense.
I was married for 10 years, over 10 years ago, and my ex-wife, that's all she was concerned about was money.
Right.
All right. She wanted money left and right. Any amount of money didn't make her happy. I see the simulation.
What?
With Sarah.
The simulation? He sees the simulation with Sarah. My. Well, I sometimes feel like I'm in a simulation watching these videos because I can't believe some of these individuals are genuine individuals. Scratch that, genuine. I can't believe some of these people are genuine people. But here we are, we're watching them. But I love the fact that you see the simulation. I assume you mean similarities, you dumbass. You see the and I think I said similarities. So maybe I'm the dumbass. But you see the similarities. You've messed me up, Rob.
We have a problem.
You see the similarities, but you are still happy to proceed. But only when you are well and truly being sucked dry. That's when you have an issue. The looks, the attractiveness of the woman, that kept you going for a short amount of time, huh? Shut up, man. Simulation, my ass.
And money. It's just no amount of money is going to make her happy.
So, as we look at, once again, the bright colors flashing in my eyes, you could argue, no. I didn't have anything there. But Rob is actually having nothing left of his bank account. You say this, but then you opened another credit card. So, like, who am I supposed to care? Like, am I supposed to believe? You are coming on this show, which most people do this. They come on the show, and in these video call introduction sections, they just make themselves, or try to make themselves, look better than they are, or that they knew all along, XYZ. Yeah, you are seemingly unhappy. You see the similarities, but you are proceeding and even opening up new credit cards, further putting yourself in debt. But I'm supposed to believe that you are unhappy? Like, really?
I kept telling Sarah, I says, I lived this life 10 years ago, and I got divorced because of it, because I couldn't do it no more. I'm going to make the same decision with you.
Also, let's, mask, well, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but let's take it with a pinch of salt, right? I don't really believe that he solely divorced because his ex-wife was asking for money. I just want to point that out, okay? I don't believe that to be the entire truth, but
I got a 14-year-old son now. I'm living with another girl right now for 14 years. I used to work with her. We love each other to death.
We love each other to death, except I've described her as the girl I'm living with and cheating on a fake woman with her. But, I love it. I love when cheaters say, I love my partner so much. Shut the up, okay? It's so rare that the F-bomb comes out of my mouth, but it's fitting. I don't like this guy, but
I'll give her the world.
Sorry, what did you will give her the world? We need to go backwards. If the world you are talking about is Thanos style, snapping your fingers, and bloody things have disappeared. Yeah, you're giving her the world that's been Thanos snapped, and the love and respect has disappeared, sure.
For 14 years, I used to work with her. We love each other to death. I'll give her the world.
Shut up.
Anything I can possibly give her, I'll give her.
You look up to the heavens right now, except you're kind of looking at me, and don't look at me, because I'm about to drop some ass on your face.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You want to give her the world, but can't even give her decency, respect, love. That's it, really. But there are more, but I can't think of them right now.
She works. She does anything for me. Make my lunch every day before I go to work. She's a little on the bigger side.
Oh my God.
She's probably 220 pounds, 5'4", 5.
Shut the up once again. My goodness me. I'm gonna I try to contain myself. These reactions, these commentaries, I'm going in blind outside of the title of the video, right? So I don't want to get too angry because I always end up hurting my own self, headaches, etc. This is him, by the way. This is him in his warped, twisted mind trying to justify going off into the sunset with this other woman. You've just bigged her up the entire time, right? You've put her on a pedestal which she so rightfully belongs to be on. But I see through it, okay? You're saying she makes you lunch, she does everything for you, she works, etc., yeah? So why did you feel the need to say she's a little on the bigger side? Relevance? Relevance? I believe what I was said earlier, that it's a justification in his own head as if he deserves someone thinner, he deserves someone better looking. With your attitude and the level of respect you seemingly have for people and the personality that you have. Honestly, you deserve a bag of shit to be with. Like, I don't care. So I could argue you deserve to be with the scammer. Like, you don't deserve to be with a genuine human being who cares for you, because you don't care for them and you are only hurting them in the long run. I really hope she didn't see this video, but on the flip side, I hope she saw this video and left you. What a sack of shit. I also want to get this off my chest, but I don't know if I am correct in thinking this way, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really hate when individuals say, my partner is a little on the bigger side, so I'm going to cheat. You know what I mean? I believe, and these are the type of individuals that when their partner leaves them eventually, and they do work on themselves and lose weight, and then they say like, oh, why couldn't you have done that in the relationship, blah, blah, blah. I believe that the mentality, or the mental health rather, of the individual in the relationship is making them to not want to work on themselves because they don't feel loved. I might be reaching here, right? And of course, there are cases where people just do put on weight naturally, and, you know, it is what it is, right? But I'm talking specifically about the people who are shitbags in a relationship. And oh, cool, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, right? But if you're coming very publicly on here, and this is the kind of person you're portraying yourself to be, I don't know, I don't even want to know, actually, the type of person you are behind closed doors. So what I'm saying, basically, is those individuals who are shitty behind closed doors and then complain about their partner once they leave, that they've worked on themselves, oh, why couldn't you do that with me, etc. I don't think you gave them enough love to push them to want to work on themselves. And, or, in this case, they're too busy looking after you, your ungrateful ass, to look after their own selves. But the ungratefulness, or the gratefulness is in the toilet. Hopefully all of that, what I said, made sense. I hate this guy, so please stop pissing me off.
5 maybe. I mean, a beautiful girl, but she's just bigger. She's on the bigger side.
There's literally...
My thing was, Sarah's a very beautiful girl. She probably weighs 130 pounds soaking wet, 100, maybe 140. I would love to be with a beautiful girl again.
How dare you?
Oh my God. Are you hearing the hypocrisy in this guy's language? You call your partner currently a beautiful girl, but she's on the bigger side. But you want to be with this fake woman because she's beautiful, and you want to be with a beautiful girl again. That implies you've attributed attractiveness to weight. You've attributed beauty solely to weight. You are a sack of shit. I can't emphasize enough how much of a scumbag you are. Because instead of maybe having a conversation with your partner, which you can, I need to stress this, you are allowed, in my opinion, to have a conversation with your partner if things, or if they are no longer perhaps taking care of themselves as well as before. You want your partner to be as healthy as possible because you love them. You want them to be around or around as long as possible, and to have as little health implications as possible. I understand that if you was to have the conversation, but this guy is not doing that. You don't truly love your current partner if, again, at the tip of a hat, you're just going to run away to someone else who's in a better physical state, I guess. When times perhaps get tough, which is crazy to say here because she's put on weight, not freaking become a murderer or some shit. You just run away. So is this someone you want to build a life with, realistically? I think his current partner deserves better, to be honest. But, we'll carry on pissing myself off.
All right. My girl's beautiful. She's just
Shut up.
220 some pounds.
Shut up.
And that just kind of turns me off a little bit.
Shut up.
I've never married her. I've told her I would, but I just never married her. It turns me off. That's all. If she took care of herself and done things, I would like her to get down to like 130, 140, maybe 150. Sometimes I just can't deal with it.
What am I watching here? What? Like when I look at this picture, right? Like I never go after people's looks, and you guys know this. But goodness me, when you are crucifying an innocent person who's done nothing but care for you in a public setting like this, I don't give a shit. Surely you can allow me to have some free swings at him, right? Look at you got a big belly. Like, to put it bluntly, you yourself are not exactly in the bloody greatest of supermodel shapes, are you, mate? So I just don't... Is she saying this to you? On the flip side, if she came to you and told you, you need to lose that belly, you need to not look like a freaking Temu version of Walter White, yeah? If she said that to you, would the response be the same, or do you think he's gonna flip his lid? I really hate this guy, genuinely.
The only reason I knew her and started dating her, when I got out of my marriage, when I was divorced, we met right away and we hit it off. We talked about a lot of similar things. And
Shut up.
She, at the time, loved to go outside and do things. Now she can't go outside because of her allergies and stuff like that. She just won't go outside. She sits in the house all the time.
Oh, sorry for pausing it every single time, but I have to get everything I'm hearing off my chest, bro. Please recognize to this individual, this partner, I don't know your name, I don't think it's been mentioned, which is so dehumanizing as well, by the way. Not only has he not named her, but he's slewing the absolute shit out of her on here is so dehumanizing, bro. She's got allergies, but this guy is like crucifying her for having allergies as if that's her fault. Hey, why do you have allergies? Come outside with me. Shut up. I literally don't think this guy is doing anything to come to any sort of compromise with her. He's just fell out of love. He's not attracted to her anymore. And again, as I mentioned earlier, instead of working with her, right? Maybe you go to the gym together, because I must stress, you are not in the best of shape, mate. Instead of doing something together, he just wants to up and leave. Oh my God. Please, everyone, protect yourself from this kind of person, okay? If you are with someone who sees, in quotations, the flaws, right? And they are not attracted to you because XYZ has happened, and instead of working with you together to communicate and do things together, they just want to leave, you let them leave. It's for the best. I hate this guy.
Sarah knows I have a girlfriend.
Oh, that's even worse.
Our plans were she's going to come to Buffalo. We're going to meet in a hotel room.
Oh.
Then I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to call Jennifer and tell her that I was going to leave her.
Don't look at me. I'm going backwards. Every time he speaks, it's getting worse. And I think in this last minute of the video, I've spent about 20 of it speaking about this guy's shitness. So first, you are going to break up with your long-term partner who's done everything for you over the phone. What a great guy. Secondly, you are seemingly happy that your new boo acknowledges that you have a current relationship and doesn't seem to have a problem with being a homewrecker. I pose the question to anyone out there. If you cheat on someone and the person you're cheating on them with is happy that you're cheating, can you trust that person to not cheat on you? You know, think about that. Think about that.
Until that time comes, I
want to
I can't
continue
bring myself to do it, but until the time comes, I'm going
using
to have to do it.
my current
There is
girlfriend.
a lot of arguing because she wants me to send $50,000 to her, and I refuse to. Her lawyer told me, she told me that it was for taxes being paid on properties.
I don't care, man.
It's actually like 65,000, but I told her I was only going to come up with 50. That's the only thing she's got to pay for her father's taxes, and she just keeps saying soon that we'll be together.
I don't care.
Soon, soon, soon. Well, I've heard that for like almost 8 months now. I
Shove
just
it up
can't.
your ass, mate.
I can't take it no more. I love the pictures. I would love to fall in love with the girl. She's a beautiful girl.
By the way, have you realized nothing has been personality-wise? Everything has been about looks. Donnie's even gone as far to say she loves butterfly tattoos, as if that's some sort of justification as to why you should be in a relationship with someone. Oh, I love their tattoos, let's be together. Shove all of the butterfly tattoos where the sun don't shine, mate.
But I don't know if she's real or not.
Shut
I
up.
thought that after $16,000 later that I would be with her. I got to pay to see you. You know, we're both in love. But
Are
if
you?
I don't pay to see you,
Are you in love, you dumbass? You just said I would love to fall in love with her because of her pictures. That means you're not in love currently. This guy is just... I mean, do I expect anything true to come out of a cheater's mouth? No.
you're going to find another man someplace else. And she's admitted to that several times.
But
for food, I'm still sending her like $20 or $30 a week so she can live off on food. I'm reaching out to you guys to see if she is real. I've sent pictures. I need to find out if this girl is real or not real.
do one,
It's
mate.
too much money involved to go back and forth. I can't do it no more. I got to find out if it's real or not. I watch all the shows. I've seen a lot of things, and I need to find out if this girl is real or not.
Obviously, again, I don't care about this guy, but you've made it worse by saying you watched the show. So you were a dumbass anyway. You were a disgusting scumbag anyway. But now you are an even bigger fool because you've admitted that. So honestly, is there anything else you want to admit whilst we still got like 9 minutes of the video? Anything else you want to admit? Let me know. Don't help this guy, man.
Our team looked over all the information that Rob sent to us and began to search for answers. We knew we had to get Sarah on the phone. We needed to
love
hear
the
her
beard.
voice. I had Rob send a text message to Sarah stating, "If you don't call me right now, you will never get any more money from me." She
more
called
money.
3 minutes after that text was sent. Sarah didn't know I was on the other line, listening close to the whole conversation.
I want to send you this money, but I have to have a way to send it. Okay?
Next thing we did was find out who this person was in these photos that were being
She's in
sent
Australia.
to Rob. We ran a reverse image search and got results.
I'm 99%
in minutes.
sure of it.
If you're looking to find the identity of your online lover, you can
not at the
start
moment,
with the
guys.
tools on our site,
I don't have
socialcatfish.com. You can click this YouTube card or click the link in our bio. Just hitting like, comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you
Do that.
to use in the future. Stick around till the end to hear what Sarah's voice sounds like for the first time.
we heard it.
You are not going to want to miss it. It was time to sit down with Rob and let him know what we had found.
Bloody hell, Bree looks
Rob,
so different.
how's it going?
Hey, Rob.
Good.
So you are in a relationship right now.
Yes.
What made you want to have a relationship and then pursue another one on the
Yeah, I'd
side?
love to hear this.
I guess it was the interest of being liked, I guess, and somebody talking to you.
Shut the up. Okay? Read my Man said the interest of being liked. You described your current partner, which is a disservice to her, by the way. I wish I knew her name, but I don't want to keep calling her his current partner because, one, I hope she left him, but two, it's just not deserved to be his partner. So what should we call her? From the images, she gave me the vibes of a Tracy. We'll call her Tracy. Tracy honestly spends, you said it, all day looking after you and stuff, yeah? But you want to be with someone who likes you. Does that make sense? You can come up with some sort of twisted judgment or justification as to why you're doing what you're doing, but it ain't gonna fool me, okay? It ain't gonna fool us, let's be honest. Or at least I hope it hasn't. If you're sitting there watching this and be like, great guy, get a grip of yourself.
Do you not feel like you had that in your current relationship?
I did, but we have our own problems here and there. And
You have the problem. Shut up.
It just happens.
Shut up.
It's a relationship, so.
Shut up.
I just pursued the other issue, figuring I could sometime leave the person I'm with to go with the other one.
Okay, can I ask a question here? Do people genuinely think that a relationship is scot-free? There's nothing ever going to happen. It's a fairy tale, no arguments, no bickering. You're never going to disagree on anything. You are. Like, it doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter how lovey-dovey you are in the beginning. As time goes on, just naturally, you are going to bicker about some things. Maybe it's not a full-blown argument, but sometimes you just disagree on things. I don't understand people who think that by there being problems in the relationship, you going to another relationship is going to solve that. What about the next relationship if it has problems? You just go to another one? You just do up bunny, is it? Hopping all over the place? Get a grip, man. And obviously, use some comprehension if you're finding fault in what I'm saying. I'm not saying that every single problem in a relationship means you must stay. Obviously, there are very big issues and very big red flags that warrant you leaving. But in his case, he hasn't said anything of the nature. He's just vaguely described them as problems. And the problem is him not being attracted to her because she's put on weight. Like, that's not an issue, bro. Like, you go to a new relationship, that person might put on weight. Like, oh,
I'm sorry. I can't handle this.
Are you going to reveal to Jennifer what you've been going through? Does she know about this?
Her name is Jennifer.
She knows nothing about it.
Okay, well, thanks for admitting that. Obviously, I kind of knew that anyway. You really hammered home the sack of shit point. So, I'm glad now, or maybe it was mentioned before and I just missed it in and amongst the rage. Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer. I feel for you, Jennifer. Please, I hope you've left this guy.
She probably would pick up and leave and take my son with her.
Yeah, why didn't you do...
But you were going to leave her though, right?
Oh, I see. Because you can't live without her because she's doing everything for you. So you're using her until you've replaced her with someone else who's going to now do everything for you. I see. I see.
At one point, yes. Have I ever seen Sarah?
Look at... Sorry, she's smiling here. Bree, you can smile all you want. Keep up the professionalism. Look at the disgust in her face there. It's incredible. I love it. Please, cuss him out.
I want to run through a few things with you. So I'm going to go through the questions, and Brianne is actually going to reveal a lot of the stuff that she's
and cuss him out at the end as well, please.
For you, okay?
Okay.
Starting with the email, we searched the email from the lawyer, and what we had found out was there was no online footprint, meaning we couldn't find any trace of that email online. If this was a reputable lawyer, we should be able to find something from him, and we couldn't find anything. The next thing I wanted to touch on was
why is he looking up, by the way? Like, is it just me that's noticed that? Maybe I'll move out the way so you can see, I guess. Why is he doing that? Can you see? Why is he stretching his neck out like that? Are you an ostrich, mate? Yeah, you should actually do what ostriches do and bury your head in the sand. Have some damn shame.
You know, something that we tell anyone who's used gift cards to send to someone online is they're untraceable. There's no personal information attached to them. So with that being said, there's no way to retrieve any of the funds. There's also no way to find out who used them and where. In this case, it does look like a VPN was used
Steam, by the way.
when the gift card was cashed, meaning it looks as if the gift card was used in the United States. However, there's no actual proof of where it was used or how it was redeemed.
So basically what happens is you get a gift card, you scratch off the number.
Sorry, I'm just, look, honestly, I'm taking every chance I can to just jab this guy, do you know what I mean? Him stretching out his neck like this, is there some sort of metaphorical reasoning behind this? Like, is he trying to keep his head held high in his own mind? So, like, physically he's doing that as well? Like, do you see where I'm like, get me in some kind of psychology lecture and I dissect the hell out of this guy, bro.
You scratch off the number, you send them the number, and they go to websites where they have, quote unquote brokers that will cash in the gift cards for either cash or Bitcoin. They typically get about 80 cents on the dollar depending on how they're redeeming those gift cards. And it's not traceable, and they all use untraceable ways to do it. So they either go through like a third-party broker that does this for a living, or they'll use third-party websites like Paxful to redeem these gift cards. And so that's how they're actually getting the money from these.
Yeah, I called Apple at one time to trace the gift cards. This was a while ago. And they said they were cashed in California someplace. That's all I know.
I'm sure a big question you have, who's the real person behind the images?
Yes.
We found her.
Yeah, so she's actually a model. She's in her 30s. She's happily married, and she's definitely not the person that you have been talking to.
But one thing too, so she's into cosplay, and so she does a lot of costumes and different things for cosplay. And one thing we found is like when the images that you were sent, almost all those images came from her Facebook profile.
I'm curious, Rob, where does this leave you with Sarah?
I'm staying here with Jennifer and my son. So
I'm staying here because you have a choice now, do you? Shut the hell up, man.
I can't text her.
Huh?
I'll probably text her one more time saying, hey, you are not who you are. Leave me alone.
If this guy dares to say, right, because he keeps mentioning his son when, cool, he is your son, but there's no real relevance to mention the son in certain aspects. So, like here, if he dares says, I gotta stay with Jennifer for my son's sake or some BS, yeah, use your son, man. Use him.
Well, it's probably a guy on the other hand. Yeah, the dog dude.
Most likely.
You had talked about like, your current girlfriend's weight and how you were just gonna leave her for this other woman. People are gonna watch this, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are infuriated.
Yeah, facts.
To be honest, I was a little infuriated when I heard those comments. It sounds misogynistic. What do you have to say to those people?
Well,
come at me then.
I'm sorry that some things happen like this. I thought I was caught up in a relationship online, and I wasn't. I was cheated over that.
I mean, technically.
Sorry, David. Technically, you've apologized for being scammed and not actually apologized for what David has asked you about. Way to skirt around the issue here, man.
If it was a real relationship, you technically cheated.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Not technically, it is cheating.
I'm sure there's more to a relationship that we don't know, but I mean, it doesn't seem like a very good situation for either one of you guys.
Well, I do it to try to keep the boy needs a father and a mother.
What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, use your son as a sympathy card, man. Go on, get worse.
One mother, one father.
Shut up.
Not two different other people. When kids are younger, they can't deal with that stuff that goes on like that.
Shut the hell up. Where was all... this thing that you're saying right now is damage control. Because you weren't thinking about any of this when you wanted to run off and make babies with Sarah. Do you know what I mean? Shut the hell up, man.
What do you want to tell her if she ever watches this?
Forgiveness that I was caught up in a relationship that I never should have been in. And I probably should have told her right at the beginning.
I can't believe this guy is genuinely not apologizing for what he's actually said about Jennifer. He keeps apologizing for being scammed. I really hate this man with all my guts, please, everyone. And my gut right now is a bit on the big side, yeah? I've been doing these food videos. I've been getting out there. It's a big gut, and all of it is hating you.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
Hopefully we stay together.
F yourself.
A few other things, too, like we listened to the recording. The girl sounds like she's from the Philippines. And one interesting thing when I listened to the call was that it almost sounded like the girl that you were talking to was being coached by someone else because there was always a delay. So you would say something, there'd be a delay and then a response. And so it almost sounds like, somebody was either texting them while you guys were talking or on the phone while you guys were talking, and they were coaching her through it.
I want to send you this money, but I have to have a way to send it. Okay?
Yeah.
Great combo.
I don't know if I want to go all gift cards or not. There's got to be we got to have a different way of sending this, but I want to send it because I want to see you. Are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought maybe look at the card. Can you send it now?
Send it. You got to slow down. Send you a card, you said? Is that what you said? Send you a card?
I mean, look, people have started doing building work again. Yeah? Shout out to the peeps on the roads right now. They don't even want to hear any of this. I'm done with this, man. We got like 1 minute left, but...
Sarah?
$2,000.
Okay, well, I could probably do that later on after I get off the phone. I'm at home right now.
I want to talk to you for a little bit.
Oh.
My connection is kind of bad now. So that's what I really hear you.
Okay, I understand that, but do you have a volume thing on your phone you can turn up? Or
What a loving conversation this sounds like, though, huh? Like, genuinely, in his mind, he was thinking before, obviously, all this stuff. Oh, this is great. I'm really having fun here. I even went as far as describing it as, oh, I like the interest and the conversations. Where? Where, you dipshit?
Okay, I'm going to do that right now.
Whatever, man.
What time is it there now?
Yeah, it's 7:18 over here.
I don't think that's correct.
What do you think about Sarah's voice?
Sorry, hold on a second, because where in the UK is she? Because if it's, what is that, 4:30 something p.m. in America on the phone there? It depends on which side of the, America you are, the coasts and stuff. But like, in the UK, it's never going to be 3 hours ahead. Unless there is. It's usually like 7, 8, 6. Let me know. 5, something like that.
What do you think about Sarah's voice? What kind of accent do you think she has? Let us know in the comment section below.
It's
I
not
do wish
a
you the
real
best.
Sarah.
I hope if Jennifer watches this, I hope that she's the kind human being that, she sounds like. I hope you guys can work it out.
No.
Okay, yes.
No.
Well, thank you, Rob.
I understand professionalism. Sure. I hope you guys work it out. Because let's just nip this in the bud, get out my sight type vibe, right? However, I really hope Jennifer did not just work things out with him. Some things you can't work out. When you've come on here and so publicly, just disgraced Jennifer, You can't work that out. I'm sorry. Personally, I'd be packing up and leaving. But again, that's just me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
He didn't apologize
Thanks
for
for
everything he
watching
said, by the
another
way.
episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next
Go
time.
do that. Is Linny going to appear on screen now? Shout out, Linny.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of
any of those, get professional support if need be. I don't think it's in or without any doubt how I feel about this guy. So let's head over to the comments of the original video. We'll do the tantalizing talk section. I anticipate he's not well received in the comments. Now, as expected, the comment section is very much against Rob, okay? They've robbed you of your dignity. Except you did that to yourself. So the comment section was very interesting. So, tantalizing talk time, let's get into it. The fact he calls his girlfriend the person I live with and his son the boy, this man is vile. Apologies if you can hear any noise out there, of course. I mentioned in the commentary they're doing something out there. Zzz, drilling. I wish I could drill into Rob's skull how much of a piece of shit he is. But he probably ain't watching this. I missed out on the fact he called his son the boy, so I don't know if he thinks he's just naming him after the movie The Boy, but get a grip of yourself. Is that a movie, The Boy, or am I thinking of The Son? If anyone's watched Hugh Jackman in The Son, incredible movie, and very powerful message in that, I do recommend it, but trigger warning, of course, it does touch on self-harm, so... But it was a very powerful movie, if you do want to check it out. But, yeah, The Boy, I can't remember him saying that. So, it's interesting the audacity to not only chuck your partner, Jennifer, under the bus repeatedly, but then use your son as justification or a means of garnering sympathy. I can't leave Jennifer... My son needs a mother. Yeah, you weren't thinking about that before, mate. And you've used him as a sympathy card, and you've called him the boy. Like, now, obviously everyone's family is different, yeah? Sometimes toxicity between parents and their children, it happens, right? But he didn't mention anything of the sort, so... The only context I have to you calling your child the boy is a sympathy card. And to be honest, without additional context, right? The fact that you're able to speak about your own flesh and blood in such a manner, I mean, do you trust this person to do anything else? Like to take care of you, respect you, etc., You ain't got respect for your own child, bro. Sorry for hitting the microphone. I just hit it again. I've lost my head, bro. Next up, he's got $50,000 for someone he's never met but can't say a single nice word about the woman he's been living with for 14 years. What jerk? You missed out the A there to say what a jerk. But to be honest, the amount of times I've said to this guy he needs to get a grip, you could argue... What jerk? Do you get it? Ha! I'm trying to make jokes somewhat lessen the anger in my soul right now, but I don't think there is anything that we can redeem from here, to be honest. It didn't surprise me that he continuously bombarded us, the public, with how much disdain he actually has for her. And it's a sad thing where the people who you live with, for example, the people around you, they see the worst of you, you know? He can try and seem as a knight in shining armor all he wants to this stranger, sending her money XYZ, which is not even her. It's gonna be some Donny sitting in his shit-stained boxers just laughing at you, but that's another story for another day. It's fascinating that the people around us see the worst of us, right? And I say us just in a generalized sense because, I mean, for example, my mum sees the worst of me, right? She sees the side of me in terms of when I get angry or upset about something, or when I'm really beating myself up and I've put myself in a dark rut. My mum's gonna see that, you know, my brother's gonna see that. As transparent as I am on camera, you know, you guys will not see the true physical form of how I am in that moment, if that makes sense. You know, it doesn't matter how transparent I am. You're not going to see there when I'll be honest right now, you're not going to see me crying, okay? But my mom and brother are, you know? So the people around us see the worst of us, but there's a distinction here. Because whilst, yes, people around us do see a side of us that perhaps we're not happy to share, maybe, this guy's a whole nother level, right? And I want to bring it back because the support that you guys show me and the channel, I don't get that support from people I know, right? So there's like it's a flip, you know? People around us don't see like the worst side of us, as the saying goes, but also, and I know firsthand, people online, right, or strangers, they do show more love than your own family, I guess. You know, outside of my mum and brother, no one really supports this channel, right? They think it's stupid. They think it's a waste of time. Go get a real job and stuff. Obviously, I have a bloody real job, in quotations. I say in quotations for the real job because this well and truly can be a real job. You know, look at all the people who've shown that it can be. We're getting off topic here. Basically, he's a sack of shit and he's trying to make himself seem better to a stranger rather than focusing on working on his current relationship. But to be honest, I don't think there's anything to work on, as I said. I think he's got the issue, and, I mean, can you fix his issues? I don't know if you can fix his mentality, so, sack of shit. Right, the next comment has a reply to it that we're going to look at, and I'm getting heated right now. The lights are getting too much for me wearing this hoodie, but I blame the video anyway. We should have kids together whilst abandoning your wife and actual kids. This is not a victim, his wife is. First of all, as I mentioned with the whole, you know, you're cheating on someone with someone who's happy to be the homewrecker. Aren't you thinking like, you know, you could be cheated on again by this person? The kids aspect. Are you happy to procreate with someone who is essentially abandoning not only Jennifer, but his son? Because, like, you're going to move in, I assume, with Sarah. So you're not going to see your son as much as you do now. So, like, on Sarah's side of things, the cheater's side of things, in a more generalized sense, you're happy to build a life with someone who is happy to abandon I can't fathom it, okay? I can try and sit here and make sense of it. I won't make sense of it. And then someone called Adjusted Bunny replies to this saying, why not having more and more beautiful kids? There is no law against it. Adjusted Bunny, maybe you need your eyes and ears adjusted, because I don't know where you've pulled that as a justification to the original comment we're looking at. Like, creating kids is a beautiful thing, okay? That doesn't mean when you're in a relationship and you have a child with someone that gives you freedom to then go and bloody have children with everyone else. Like, some people, I feel like they don't take the time to understand what it is they're angry about or what it is that they're trying to pick out as a flaw in someone else's words, comment, etc. and just say shit, right? I liken it to when I get comments from people who just say nonsense that doesn't even make sense, but they're doing it just to project, I guess. Like, in a recent video, mean comments, we covered someone who said, I need to have a hair transplant. Now, I crucify myself, right? I'm very self-deprecating. I don't think I need a hair transplant, right? I'll push it back as, look, I don't think I need one. But it's interesting coming from individuals who are projecting, right? So, adjusted money, nobody said there's no law against having kids. But you would have, I guess, the decency to, when you're in a relationship, you have children with that one person, and if things break off and you go separate ways, yeah, you'll have kids in the future if you really want to again. Like, correlation, you dumbass. Next up, I'm thankful to have seen this comment, and when I sorted the comments by most recent, it was actually the top one at the time of picking it out, and it backs up or, sort of validates what I was feeling. He had to bash the physical appearance of his girlfriend to justify his cheating. Bravo, boyfriend of the year. I mean, I feel that same way. I don't think he has any valid reason as to why he's cheating. And to be honest, I don't think there's ever a valid reason. And I've always mentioned in some cases where you do fall out of love with someone, perhaps they are abusive and you don't want to be in that relationship anymore anyway. I understand that. But make sure to leave first. If you need professional support with that, then cool, please seek it. But don't cheat first, because it could get worse. The abusive partner finds out you've been cheating, and obviously I don't want to imagine what happens after that, right? So please work on leaving first before moving on. But in his case, as I mentioned, I feel like he's just doing it. And, someone out there probably is going to be like, yeah, he was correct, man. There's no issue with that. He's going to find whatever he wants to find attractive. And I did find a comment on similar veins to that. So let's go to that, shall we? This individual with a profile picture of a car. So, if you ever see others spreading a bit of nonsense, they've usually got cars in their profile picture. Not all of them. It's just interesting to note that some of them do. Finding someone 5'4", 220 pounds unattractive isn't misogynistic. I don't agree with the way he went about things, but I wouldn't call him finding her unattractive misogynistic. We've got another individual here that is sweeping the bigger picture under the rug and fixating on something that it's just like you're just picking and choosing things that just to sort of back him up, right? I didn't see any comments calling him misogynistic because he finds her weight unattractive. I've always said, people find whoever they want to find attractive, not attractive, and you should never force someone to like you, because it's just a recipe for disaster going forward, right? Because then, do they truly like you for you, or they like you because you force them to like you, XYZ? And I don't know if that's controversial. Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions. We've looked at videos in the past where a woman, for example, was pushing her weight on her date and interrogating him, have you ever been with someone similar to me? Would you be with someone similar to me, etc., etc. And your personality shouldn't become a one thing. It shouldn't become based on one factor, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I really love wrestling, but my entire personality is not wrestling, right? To the point where if I go on a date with someone, I'm bombarding them with wrestling and like forcing them, you must like wrestling if you want to be with me. Obviously very different examples, but I hope it makes sense. So I don't think bigotry can be attached to someone you find unattractive, but there's a way to do or to express yourself, right? He obviously didn't express himself in a good way, but I still think he's misogynistic because your partner gains weight, which in relationships, your partner might just well and truly do. It happens, right? And I made the example of if you truly cared and if you truly was worrying for your partner, you'd have a conversation and you'd work together to address whatever it is that needs addressing, right? I gave the example, you go to the gym, for example, together, not hound them and make them feel isolated and just jump ship, right? Because jumping ship is a very good way to make someone feel isolated because you're not in it for the long run. You're not there for the lows and the highs. You just want the good parts, such as Jennifer taking care of you. I still think he's misogynistic because just in general, he doesn't seem to have a healthy respect for women. But that could be just me. So let me know in the comments. Hopefully I've made sense there, but let me know in the comments. And then lastly, because I'm well and truly sweating the hell out of this hoodie, bro, we have a pick-me of sorts. So it's disappointing that this is coming from another woman, but in a previous video, you guys did mention that a lot of women actually do hate other women for reasons. Shut up about the weight. Everyone has their preferences and that's okay. Let's see you women date a man of that weight and not complain. I bet you won't. Again, we're picking and choosing what to address here. Again, you find who you find attractive. However, if you're in a relationship, you've committed to this person. That doesn't mean that when they seemingly become less attractive in your eyes, you just jump ship. Because you're not addressing, really, the root cause of why you feel that way. Because I've got to question, if you truly love this individual, you would find them attractive no matter what. In extreme cases, maybe I could understand. But putting on weight and now you want to jump ship? I'm sorry, that's not preference, okay? You are abandoning your partner, mate. So, let me know your thoughts. This person seems to think Jennifer and Rob are on a first date or something. They've been together, I think, more than a decade. And she takes care of him in their home. But, cool. You want to chalk it up to preferences? Honestly, I hope some of these people don't get into relationships because you're in for a rude awakening, bro. Hopefully you guys were not as angry as me, instead of me saying, I hope you enjoyed that, because I don't think there was anything to enjoy, baby. See you next time. Let me know if there is any others that you want me to cover. Drop it in the comments. Bye. I hope they left him, bro.